Welcome and thank you for watching the Security Council instructional video playthrough. Traditional war games scare away casual gamers. Instead, Security Council presents a diplomacy mechanic that is intricate enough for war gamers and approachable unit mechanics for new war gamers. Security Council is modular, scalable, has a fast setup, has accessible mechanics, self-explanatory cards and graphics, and breeds discussion and post-game memories. Fans of Risk, Access and Allies, and Shogun love Security Council because they can nuke their casual friends in a game they will actually play. Are you ready for colorful cube nuclear destruction? To begin, open the instruction manual and use the game size chart. See how many players are playing, and it tells you how many tiles to give each player. Shuffle all tiles and then give each player the indicated amount, facing up. Determine who the friendliest player is and have them place the first tile in the center of the play area. Clockwise, have other players do the same, placing tiles one by one and ensuring every tile touches at least one other tile. Prepare the deck by removing red cards and placing them where everyone can see them. Remove the Armistice tracker, the DEFCON tracker, and the hint card. Place them off to the side. Put all remaining cards down to create the draw deck. Next to it, designate a discard pile. Finally, take a nuke and place it on the DEFCON tracker on number 5. The first player places one factory and a single troop together on any blank tile. Clockwise, other players do the same. Repeat until each player has 3 factories and 3 troops on the board. All players place an additional 17 troops, split amongst their own factories in any way. There is no imposed order. Security Council turns play with 3 phases: the attack phase, the reinforcement phase, and the business phase. During the attack phase, you can move your troops from one tile into the other tile, or you can fire at other troops by rolling the die. And finally, you can fire nuclear missiles. To determine the number of orders each turn, count how many blank tiles you have with at least one factory. You do not get additional orders by having more than one factory on a blank tile. In this example, this tile with 3 factories still counts as 1 order for this turn. Combat in Security Council is resolved with the die. Players announce the tile they are attacking from and the tile they are attacking, and then roll the die to determine how many troops they lose upon their approach. Next, they roll the die again to determine how many troops their remaining army, if there are any remaining troops, actually kill. If all troops are killed during the approach for an attack, the attack may not continue. In this example, green does not have enough troops to complete the attack. During their approach, they are destroyed by the red troops with a number 6, and thus their attack ends. In this example, the green player wipes out the red player quickly, and then moves into their territory with the remaining orders. In this example, the green player has 4 factories, and thus 4 orders. They can roll the dice and attack 4 times. However, the battle is so large that they are unable to actually destroy red completely because they run out of orders. In this example, the green player barely wins the fight, and they choose not to move into the oil tile that they destroy because they do not want to leave a core tile to them exposed. In this example, the red player uses a viable strategy where they position 1 troop to defend their outer regions. The strategy is to wear down the enemy upon their approach. However, it is unlikely that they will be able to hold these tiles for more than a turn. Move as many troops as you'd like from one tile to an adjacent tile. You can move troops for every remaining order. A nuclear missile is launched by lifting it from its location and placing it on another tile, laying down. At the start of the launching player's next turn, remove the nuke from the play area, and all troops on its detonating tile, and every tile connected to the detonated tile. Nukes on an unowned tile can be claimed by any player who takes control of the tile. Factories cannot be moved as they are inanimate objects controlled by the occupier. Nukes cannot be moved unless launched. They are inanimate objects controlled by the occupier. In order to produce troops from your factories, you must use the food resource. Food is found in card and tile form. One food allows a player to earn 2 troops for every owned factory. Troops are placed in any combination across owned factory tiles, and only 1 food may be played per turn. Let's watch 3 examples of troop placement, all of which are appropriate. Stack cubes to increase their value from 1 to 5. After producing troops, you may build, trade, and enact diplomacy. To build a factory, discard a factory card and one of your oil cards. Place a factory token on any blank tile you own with at least 1 troop. Alternatively, you may use an oil tile to substitute for an oil card. That tile may be used once per turn. Nuclear missiles follow the same rules. Discard a nuke card and either a uranium card or signify a owned uranium tile to use. Each tile can be used once per turn. Nukes are placed on owned tiles with at least 1 factory. Nuclear missiles can only be fired after the DEFCON has reached 1. Every time a player builds a nuclear missile and places it on the board, they increase the DEFCON level from 5 to 4, and so on. Once the DEFCON reaches 1, building additional nukes does not affect the DEFCON level. DEFCON 1 remains for the rest of the game. Discard an armistice card to choose whether, until the beginning of your next turn, whether no more troops may be produced or no nuclear missiles may be launched. Use the armistice tracker to remind everyone as to which player will end the armistice. Use an embargo card to call a vote amongst all players to discard an entire type of one other player's food, oil, or uranium. Use a surplus card to earn 2 troops for every owned factory, placing those troops on the tile of the factories that produce them. Surplus troops may not be distributed in any other way. If you draw a blue card, you must perform an action immediately. Fanfare requires you to gift one of your resource cards to another player of your choice, as long as you have resource cards to give. Pirates require you to steal a resource card from another player, as long as there are resources in play to steal. While drawing, if you draw a green card, play it immediately by placing it in front of you in your resource area. You may discard any cards from your hand that you wish not to use, so that you can draw new cards and receive something useful. We hope you enjoyed our video playthrough of Security Council. Security Council is a modular, tile-based wargame. Gameplay variations can be found online at www.securitycouncilgame.com.